On today's episode, we're going to talk about a special nerdism. We're going to talk about concerts, so stay tuned as we dive into that realm. All right, as I was saying, we're going to talk about a special kind of niche, I guess you would say. You've always heard me and Rex talk about how people can nerd out over many different things. So today I got a special guest. I got my dad with me. As you can tell, we're in the camper. We're actually in Nashville, here to see Motley Crue. It's Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, and Joan Jett. So I'm really excited about the concert tonight. It's probably going to be about an 8-hour concert.
It's going to be great though.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. So we're going to talk about concerts that we've been to in the past. That's why my dad's in on the show, is because we're here together, and he's been to a lot of concerts. So when I say people can nerd out about many different things, I literally mean you can nerd out about many different things, and I think concerts is one of those. What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of them, but it isn't cheap.
No, it's not cheap. I mean, shirts now are like $50 a pop, even for just a shirt, and I think tickets too have drastically changed from price of probably what you paid for some of your first concerts to now.
They're way up there now, but
so here's the question: what are some of the best concerts you've been to?
Well, I was at a Super Bowl concert in Orlando, Florida, back in 1981. The main event was Heart, and you had Firefall, UFO, Cheap Trick, and Blue Oyster Cult.
I'm a big Blue Oyster Cult fan, so to me that would be an awesome concert to see. What all songs did they play?
They played all their great songs, but their best one was Godzilla. They had a big old giant Godzilla raise up from behind the stage, glowing eyes, smoke coming out of the mouth. I mean, it was great. It was awesome.
Definitely an awesome.
But he tells a story before he plays the song, and the last time I seen him in concert in Corbin, he didn't do that, and that was a disappointment. But they're still great in concert. If you ever get a chance to see them, you need to go see them.
Yeah, definitely see them before they quit touring, because I mean they're definitely up there in years. So it's one of those bands that you have to go see. I mean, you know, I can remember back when Motley Crue said that they were going to stop touring. I was very heartbroken because, you know, obviously you and Mom and my grandparents, you know, I've been exposed to a lot of different musics, but one that stuck with me probably the most is rock, classic rock, hard rock. You know, I went and seen a bunch of new bands. The last concert we did before COVID was Five Finger Death Punch, and
Iron Maiden. I did right here.
We did Iron Maiden here in Nashville. I think for the most part, you know, my favorite concert that I've done has to be Kiss. That's the first concert me and you went to. But I think the reason that one stands out the most is because even though I had just seen Metallica for the second time, and Metallica's a great band, Kiss, I think they just put on a better show.
They did.
If you ever get to see Kiss in concert, I think they're on their farewell tour. They still have a few dates here this year, but I think they don't just sing, they don't just play instruments. they legit put on a show.
Great show, great show. And that's the first time I seen them too. I seen them for the first time with you here in Nashville.
Yeah, I think they're definitely the showmanship. I mean, is there. I would also think that, you know, one of my favorite concerts that I went to was a concert up in Johnson City. It was my first concert ever. I went with a couple friends. They offered me and Patricia tickets. It was Three Doors Down, Hinder, and Safety Suit.
I ain't seen none of them.
And Hinder, me being a huge Hinder fan, because Randall turned me on to them when they first come out, and I'd gotten into the band, and so I was excited to go see them in concert, and actually really enjoyed just the music that they put on. I thought they actually stole the show, even though they weren't the headliner. Are there any bands that you can think of that you've seen that have kind of stole the show, even though they weren't the headliner, and kind of made you disappointed about the headliner?
I'll tell you the story of Super Bowl 11 right after Super Bowl 10 in Orlando. Super Bowl 11 was Billy Squier, Rosington Collins, Foghat, and the main event was REO Speedwagon, which I've seen 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
But the first band up in Super Bowl 10, took the crowd to Blue Oyster Cult, which was the third band up to really get going good. But at Super Bowl 11, Billy Squier, everybody rocked. They stole the show right off the bat.
Yeah, that's the one thing you got to be worried about is if you're the headlining band, is like, is the energy going to be there when you come out? Because we all know that some bands will actually steal the show. So Billy Squier stole the show.
Well, they stole the show. Not only did that, but Rosington Collins got up next. They did a good show. But when the biggest disappointment I seen was Foghat, they got up, they played, they didn't really interact with the crowd like most bands do. They got up, they played, no encore, no nothing, and it was a big disappointment. And I think they probably was like that because Billy Squier just come out and blew everybody away. Everybody just is just great.
See, I thought that when I seen Hinder and Three Doors Down, I thought Hinder kind of stole that show, and so it made me want to go see him again. So we went actually and traveled all the way to Charlotte. Me, Patricia, and the same 2 friends. We had meet and greet passes, so we got to meet the band, get autographs. We were first in the facility, so we were basically right up by the stage. And it kind of reminded you of Cotton Eye Joe's, because it was just like there was a stage, but it was mainly a big bar. And but Hinder put on a good show, but Theory of a Dead Man was there, and Framing Hanley was just absolutely awesome. Really turned me on to their music, and their music's great. So I think that's always going to be the problem when you're touring with multiple bands, especially big bands. I remember when we went to and see Metallica the first time, it was them, Volbeat, and Avenged Sevenfold. So Metallica, you know, by far was the best out of the 3, but Volbeat and Avenged Sevenfold really rocked out too. So I mean, good concerts. You know, it's one of those things, you know, there's so many bands out there that are really good, and I'm glad that COVID is now subsided, so we can actually get to go back to concerts.
There's a lot of bands I wish I'd have got to see, but would never get to see again, like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd like to see Led Zeppelin. I believe didn't you know? There's a band out there that actually sounds a lot like Led Zeppelin, Greta Van Fleet.
yeah, I heard them and they're good.
I think they came to Knoxville not too long ago, or they're coming to Knoxville.
I think they're coming to Knoxville.
So, might be something to check out. So, do me a favor, comment down below. What are some of the concerts that you've been to and that you really enjoy? Again, you know, this is one of those things to nerd out about. I mean, you've got so many stories, we could probably fill up a whole, you know, hour, 2 hours. We will be doing a follow-up video, kind of let you know how the concert went tonight and how everything goes, and kind of give our takes on those bands. But, you know, again, this is my dad, David. I'd like to thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate it. But, you know, as always, we want you to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get alerted for our videos. We appreciate the fans, and just keep diving into that realm. All right, have a good day.